Yeehaw, Porsche fans! I don't get to have that intro too often, but what we have is a Western-styled car that looks like a Porsche. Technically, it's not a Porsche. Anyways, let's first talk about this brand. I've never had this brand before. AR Box. The brand Almost Real makes larger scale vehicles, from my understanding, but I have no experience with them. And also, I learned about this model, or there's a better review of this in one of my subscriptions. His name is Studio 64. I'm assuming it's a he. He has these really high production value reviews of 1/64 scale models, so you probably want to check out his channel. Like, I can't imagine how many hours he puts into his videos. You know, I do everything on the fly, and they're 20-30 minute videos. And so, yeah, so you should check out his channel. Anyways, back to this. We got a nice shiny cardboard box, and we have this. It says here it's from 2020. This concept car in sand gold, which is the original concept paint livery, and this is actually licensed by RUF. So RUF is they started out as a Porsche tuner, but now they make their own chassis, and they have their own serial numbers and all that stuff. They are their own cars. Okay, so you see this gentleman in this photo here. He's I believe he's the son of the founder. So he's the man in charge these days. And his wife, Estonia RUF, studied in Oklahoma. And so I guess when you go to school in Oklahoma, a lot of that Western stuff gets, emblazed into one's brain. And that was inspiration for this car, this concept car. It's not a production car. So this concept is based on the RUF carbon chassis found in the CTR and the SCR. So that QR code probably takes you to some website, I assume. Alright. Yep, there is another tape circle here. By the way, it's always good to cover these screws up if you stack your boxes. So I'm going to save that one a little later. I might take this off the stand. Decent enough. It's not a very super loose case, so it's a pretty nice case actually. Nope, I'm not going to take it off. See that little tow hook? I would break that off quite easily, so I'm going to put that on the screw to keep it from scratching up the box I stack this on later. So it says Sums model here. Maybe the factory is called Sums, and the brand is Almost Real, and then the sub brand for 1/64 is AR Box, if I had to guess. A little graininess here to the base, and then what the car is and the color. I don't know if this is like some sort of limited production thing. 3554, it's not a normal number. Alright, let's take a look at these photos here. Alright. Here's a side photo. Okay, the wheel's pretty close on the rear luggage. Yeah, alright. There's a rear photo. There's literally a shovel on the engine cover there. It's quite interesting. Yeah. So I guess it's a trend, or some sort of trend in 911s, that some of them are, off-roady, because 911s have competed in every form of motorsport, not only road racing, but off-road rally racing, and the Dakar rally, that kind of stuff. Okay, well, let's start on this side here. Those wheels, yeah, they look pretty good. I guess, well, here's these things are blanked off. This air hole is blanked off. It's debatable. I feel if this is a Kyosho, those would actually be hollow. But this brand took it safe. They do have the roof printing there in the center, and the lug nut details are nice. And the tire is also nice too. It's actually curved, and then it has Michelin printed on it, or is tampoed on it. And then you can see like a carbon brake rotor back there. It's a pretty dark color, but you can see the cross drilling of it. Where's the caliper? I don't think there's a caliper on them. So it wouldn't surprise me if this thing rolls. That might be in maybe Studio 64's review, but I'm not going to risk breaking this. This little mudguard is, I feel like it's casted in. I don't think it's a separate piece. I feel like it's actually been taped off and painted orange. Alright, I guess the stance is okay. It might be a tiny bit high compared to that side photo, but maybe it has an adjustable suspension as well. This is also an all-wheel drive car, and it has either a naturally or, well, its intention was to have a naturally aspirated 6 making around 510 horsepower, or a twin turbo 6 with 700 horsepower. Again, this is a concept car, so I think those numbers are coming off of the production CTR and SCR. Alright, so the main body coloring here, this is all like a olive color. It's like a matte or satin finish. I wouldn't call it glossy. And that's really nice that there's this red line separating the two colors. So it's probably smart. Maybe the real car does seem to have that red line, but if there's also some waviness to this color, this will hide it. These panel gaps are really tight. They're much thinner than this dental pick. Door detail as well, door handle detail as well, so that's pretty nice from the side here. There's a vent here, which is good, and it also has black paint, which is even better. And then this mirror is a separate piece. It is painted that same olive color, and then it's got a silver paint, I think, in there, not a reflective sticker. Okay, the window molding is, painted black. Seems alright. It's three-dimensional, that molding as well. It's not just printed on a smooth surface. And then we have this roof rack here. I guess that's supposed to say Rodeo, or Rodeo, but it's not fully printed on this side. Some recesses. These are hollow holes on the real thing. And then some luggage here. It's not as well detailed as one would hope, this luggage, but there's also some lights here, but they're just painted silver, no lenses or anything. But at least the main headlight lenses are nice, clear plastic lenses. There's a little molded detail in there as well. And then we have these 4 auxiliary lights that have roof printed on them, and they're printed pretty nice. They're all generally horizontal. And then we have this brush guard with an actual piece of string on it. It looks like a cotton twine or string. So that's very nice. We have some molded in leather straps. I'm going to guess those are leather maybe on the real one to keep the hood down. And we got the fluid ejectors. Those are raised bumps painted black. A little bit of nope, just some dust. Never mind. And the wiper blades look like a separate piece, so that's good. Maybe they're molded plastic. Alright. I think this could be a tampo print, this electrical warning thing. I don't see any wrinkliness, so I don't think it's a decal. This little marker here is just painted silver. This intake is painted black, I think. There's a little texture in there. There's also a texture down here, vertical lines. And now I'm also noticing a really fragile looking tow hook here. So that's photo etched, being so thin. So yeah, little tiny pieces are all about this thing. On this side, same tire printing detail looks good. The rotors, but no calipers. Okay. There's a black molding line here printed on. This brake looks a little gappy. Right, well, what does it look like on this side? This side's a lot better. So I think this rear bumper is a separate piece. Yeah, it's gotta be a separate piece. So this is not the best mating there. Alright, well, we got some exhaust tips here, and they look pretty good. There's a little depth in the middle of them. Some red reflectors painted on. These little... I can feel those black ridges. I'm not sure if I'm just feeling paint or if there's actually recesses painted black. This is clearly molded and painted black, so that's good. And there's that other fragile tow hook thing. The Rodeo here is quite legible. More leather straps printed in three-dimensional. It's very nice, little black dots and the little buckle. clear plastic lenses with a little silver on the top and red on the bottom, so that's good. Even the shovel has a little extra flash there, but at least it's two different colors. This grill is a separate plastic piece, pretty nice. And again, some pretty tight panel gaps here for the trunk, or, well, it's not the trunk, it's the engine cover. A little too much paint filling in this thing. Maybe that's the fuel. I don't know if that's the fuel or that's the fuel. Probably that's the fuel. Maybe this is an oil cover, oil cap cover. Rear windows has some black paint, and that rack again seems okay. Alright. So I guess that leaves the interior. That steering wheel unfortunately is crooked. It's not really in line with the car. There seems to be a stock there on the column. And pleasantly, I don't need a flashlight. There's enough light getting in there. No, nothing on the steering wheel. The door handle and the whatever that is, that oval, I don't know. There's a speaker down there. Okay. Stick shift there. E-brake's kind of rudimentary. Some really rudimentary switches there. The dash, again, some rudimentary molding there. Not the sharpest details in this interior. I don't know about the dashboard though. Let's see if we... Well, looks like there's some details there. Nope, just molded round thick gauges, so... Okay, well at least it has, you know, an interior you can see being brown, which kind of matches the real car. But no additional printing or decal work, no seat belts or anything like that. Alright. I think that's everything. Yeah, alright, let's compare it to a couple other things that look like Porsches. Get my spin coaster. The sandy theme here. Well, I gotta pull out another roof, the CTR that was done by Para64. I think this is a good model except for this little decal they put on the front for the black molding. See how crooked it is? It would have been better just to not have that at all. I suppose I could take it off. Whatever. So, you know, for the price, this is fantastic. I'm now noticing this box is not the standard size. It's much smaller. This is a standard size, you know, crystal case. Another much higher end brand is called Fuel Me. They do a variety of 911s, or technically things that look like 911s. In this case, an RWB. But it's a different price league, so it's naturally has more detail, or it's just tighter. This is a resin. This is a plastic resin casting. This is a die cast, you know, metal. So this is always going to be better, but this is pretty impressive. It's pretty good for a die cast, I think. And even this is pretty good too. So, but where, you know, these two have like painted on turn signals, this one actually has plastic inserted turn signals, and it has photo etched metal wiper blades. Power 64 that just molded in, I think, or printed on. Yeah. Alright, so who's this one? One brand I want to warn you guys about is a resin brand called Timothy and Pierre. One of my viewers commented this thing looks small, and it is small. It's not 1/64. It's a real shame. It's a fantastic looking model, but if you go to the top view here, it's significantly smaller than this, that's for sure. And this is based off of a 964, so yeah, for this kind of money, this thing should be 1/64, but it's not. So I have not bought another one of this brand since I discovered that. Maybe the other castings are 1/64, I don't know. But with Fuel Me around, I'll just buy a Fuel Me instead. So TNP, shame on you guys for charging so much for something that's not even 1/64 scale. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get that thing out. And currently the cream of the crop of things that look like classic 911s is this Kega Retro, which technically, again, isn't actually a 911. It's based off of a Porsche 993, but it looks like an older Porsche. I think it was, MY64, I think was the brand that makes this. You'll have to just look up Kega Retro. I simply can't remember everything I collect. It's over 1,000, so I'd like to see you try that as well. But anyways, this thing is just, this is the nicest model I bought this year. That's for sure. It's got a lot of details. But again, price-wise, it is more than 2 times the cost of this. But if you're looking for the really ultimate best, there it is. Alright, I think that's enough for some comparisons. Let me get a different coaster and let this guy spin in front of its photos again. Ooh, don't want to pick up by the model, those tow hooks will bend. Alright, so I think this brand seems to be doing a decent enough job. The price I paid is in line with other models of this price range, for me at least. So I don't know, every country, I guess it's different tax rates and stuff, but I don't feel like I was ripped off. And execution wise, it's pretty good. I don't see any QC problems, nothing extremely obvious at least. I don't even think I recall any QC problems. Maybe that shovel has a little too much plastic on the handle. Maybe this one light here has a little bit too much olive paint, but if you collect enough diecast cars, you're going to quickly realize it's very rare to get a perfect model. There's just so many different steps involved. Just look at how many paint processes must occur on this thing. I would guess at least 30. At least 30 different steps maybe were used to paint this thing. So obviously each step is an opportunity for things to go wrong. So I'm pretty impressed actually, and I will continue to try more of this brand. And also I think this printing is correct now, because looking at the license plate, I think that's just the way that they styled that Rodeo logo. It's not a equal size text. It's supposed to look like a wing or something. Alright, well, so that's pretty cool. Now, is this for everyone? I was, debating buying this. I had no intention to buy this at all, but I saw it at my store, and it is definitely unique looking. And if this car never makes it to full production, which is highly susceptible, or highly likely, I don't know if people would buy this thing, because if this is a RUF, it's going to cost more than $500,000, right? But would you buy something that looks like this for $500,000? Well, I guess people buy crazy things, right? So who knows? Anyways, I'm happy to have it. So hopefully you appreciate this review. If you like the look of this thing, go buy it. And if not, maybe I'm sure they're going to come out with another colorway, even if it doesn't exist in the real world. They're not going to just make one tooling, right? So maybe there'll be some other cooler looking ones, and I could see like a nice metallic sky blue or something, or light purple, or whatever, being nicer. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next Porsche looking vehicle review. Bye.